Although they've yet to appear on screen, a pivotal Constellation Season 1 character will likely be vital if and when the Apple TV Plus show continues. Constellation Season 2 hasn't yet been confirmed, but the Constellation Season 1 ending allows the mind-bending story to go in various directions. Given the plot's cornerstones, it's unlikely that Constellation's two alternate timelines are finished interacting with one another. As such, the fact that several members of the Constellation cast have now jumped between realities doesn't necessarily mean they'll stay there forever. Constellation is a high-concept sci-fi show with a lot of moving parts. As a result, the Apple TV Plus thriller requires very active viewership to keep up with the twisty plot. What seems like a small detail can often go on to become a major turning point in the Constellation universe. However, sometimes a big reveal can go on to be just as impactful as it seems on the surface, and this could certainly be the case with a certain last-minute addition to Constellation Season 1. Joe's baby in Constellation Season 2 will have parents from separate realities. Joe and Magnus aren't both from the same universe. The final episode of Constellation Season 1, These Fragments I Have Shored Against My Ruin, adds yet another twist to a plot that's already bursting at the seams by revealing that Joe is pregnant. While this may seem like a fairly traditional storyline, the origin of the pregnancy is anything but normal. The baby's father can only be Magnus, but not the version of Magnus that Joe married. Instead, Joe unknowingly sleeps with an alternate version of her husband in Constellation Season 1, Episode 3, Somewhere in Space Hangs My Heart. Therefore, the child has been conceived due to the union of a mother from one universe and a father from another reality entirely. Technically, and from a genetic standpoint, the child will be Alice's full sibling. However, the Erickson-Taylor family tree becomes much more complex due to the baby's pending arrival. In addition, there's also Henry Caldera's claim that his DNA should twist in a different direction than that of his counterpart in the other universe. If this is true, the child's genetic makeup could look especially unique. Irina Lysenko's fascination with Joe's baby scans in the Constellation Season 1 finale proves how important the child will be. Irina's alternate self is the mysterious Valia. When the nurses scan Joe's baby in These Fragments I Have Shored Against My Ruin, the results are so unusual that the image is assumed to be the result of faulty equipment. Even to the untrained eye, it's clear there's something not right about the ultrasound scan results. Irina, who is present in the rehab facility for the scans being carried out, is clearly not convinced that the scans are wrong. Instead of dismissing the results as errors, Irina pores over the scans both after they're handed to her and in her office later in the episode. She is fascinated with the unusual readings, and her expression suggests she has at least a loose understanding of what they mean. Irina's strong ties to the Valia make her a vital character in Constellation lore, so when something catches her eye, it's often a sign that the object of her focus shouldn't be ignored. Joe's baby scans look similar to the readouts that Henry Caldera saw during his Cal experiment. Henry couldn't document his findings effectively. Henry Caldera looking at the Cal results in Constellation. While the scans of the Erickson-Taylor baby may not look like traditional ultrasound results, they do share a certain familiarity with something else in the Constellation universe. When Henry Caldera has the Cold Atomic Laboratory, Cal, returned to him from the ISS in Somewhere in Space Hangs My Heart, he manages to achieve his goal of observing a particle in two states simultaneously, a concept in quantum physics known as superposition.